Thank you for tuning into another episode of Breaking the Silence with Arthur Nikki Nicole, where you can unleash your inner voice. Today's guest is Miss Veronica Elizabeth Adams, better known as Waterfall Adams. She was born in Kentucky and raised in Alabama. She is a self-published author of two books entitled Eclectic Mind of Vee and Free to Be Thee. Today she'll be talking about her journey as an author. Everyone, please welcome Miss Waterfall Adams to the stage. Hello, how you doing
Hello,
today?
I'm fine, and the correction is eclectic mind of V.
Eclectic. Okay. So, at what point did you decide to you want to be an author?
Well, I always did want to write a book one day, just didn't know about what. And some of the poems included in the books I did spoken word on, and others I wrote after I graduated from University of South Alabama, and I had to learn about what publishing style I want to go with. And I picked self publishing and had to take time to learn how to do that, especially in the digital age that we live in. It had made that easier, but a bit challenging because they do have guidelines.
Right, right, right. So, how long have you been writing?
Well, before that I do have a blog, and I did write some like articles on hub pages, and I do have a couple of articles on medium.com, and I did freelancing work after I graduated from South because I had difficulty trying to find a job after I graduated.
Oh, okay. So, as a child, did you dream of being an author?
Well, as a child, there were different things I wanted to do. I wanted to be a doctor or a teacher, model, an actor, a singer, a dancer. Still, there's
So,
some of the things I still want to do.
and you can still do all of those things. Do you plan to try to utilize those talents as well?
Yes, like acting, I do have performing experience. Like in the fifth grade, I danced in a talent show and I won third place. My dad gave me $3. My dad said if I won first place, would have gave me $1.
Oh, goodness. So tell me a little bit about your book, Free to Be V. What is it all about?
Well, it is about race, freedom, religion, womanhood, and I also have a tribute poem to one of my poetic inspirations, and also some inspirational quotes by yours truly and well-known people. All credit goes to those well-known people.
Okay. So read us a couple of poems out of both of your books so we can get an idea of what the books are about.
Okay, a couple of books. Well, let's see here. I know, like Black History Month was last month, but hey, it's Black History Month all year round. So
Amen.
hey, well, in fact, this particular poem, I might write a like kind of like a narrative poem, kind of like a book within itself, whatever, kind of like the Odyssey. It's called "Go Back to Africa." In that case, let's pack a few things, shall we? We could use some snacks, potato chips, peanut butter. Don't forget that ice cream scoop. Let's take all these spices. It will go great on this fried chicken. I'm so parched I need to quench my thirst. Let's fill this cooler with beer, wine, mint julep, even some Jack Daniel. Hey, we need a playlist on this trip. Let's put in some gospel, some blues, some jazz, some rock and roll, some R&B, some funk, some hip hop, whatever music with drums. Now, off to Africa we go. It's too bad we damn near took everything. Oh well, too bad.
All right. I like that one. I like that one. Read one from your other book as well.
Okay, well since this Women's History Month, it's one's called "No Means No." She could have ate you to your her place for dinner. She could be a stripper on the pole. She could be a server in a miniskirt. She could be a relative of yours. She could be married to you. She could be wearing a nun's habit or Islamic hijab. No matter who she is, the situation, or what she wears, always remember one thing. No means no. Okay? Alright. Not every female wants you. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. I like those. I like both of them. So, who influenced you the most in your life when it comes to writing?
Well, influencing in my life, like
Yeah,
my
who?
own everyday life and what's going on in the world in the times that I live in.
Okay, okay. So, how do you deal with writer's block?
Writing what?
How do you deal with writer's block? Like when you are, do you ever come to a stomach block where, like, I know with me, I can get in moments where writer's block is like, it. I can't write anything. I have to be in a quiet space to try to write something, but sometimes I just can't write.
Well, I have that sometimes, especially with come with my blog sometimes. Well, the hell with that. Like, go out for a walk, get some rest, drink some water, do some like research or whatever. If something pops, I'll write about that.
Hmm.
In fact, I might be right about you know heard about that upcoming Freaknik documentary on Hulu.
Mm-mm. Tell me about it.
Well, like, when I heard like news about how it's like gonna come out, people like who probably went there back in the day, they kind of got a bit scared. Like they probably either teachers or preachers, politicians now. But
Mhm.
back in the day, they were kind of buck wild, and also back in the '90s, they had like the camcorder and how technology was back then, and
Mhm.
somebody's let's say child or grandchild might see their relative acting all buck wild. Yeah, you're gonna criticize that young person about their buck wildness, and but then they see you.
Right,
The thing
right.
is, I call it freaking foolishness. The lesson is tell like your like younger relatives or whatever about your wild youth before social media and a documentary will.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So, what are some of the your favorite books to read?
Well, one is from Liz Ryan called Reinvention Roadmap. It's about how like the workforce and like the job getting a job, whatever, is not like it was when like previous generations tell you. Even
Hmm.
if you take a class about how to get a job, it's not gonna be like what you just learned. It,
Right.
and also, it's part of the inspiration of my third book that I'm working
Hmm.
on now. It's
Okay, so you
called
have
Make
another
Money.
one.
Yes, it's a non-poetic book. It's called Make Money While Sitting on Your Ass, where the word ass is spelled A, United States of America, dollar sign, dollar sign. I have to say that because, there's people in different countries who buy my books because the currency signs be different in that country.
Right, right. So, so is it based on a true story? What is it all about?
Well, it's about like ideas how you can make money while sitting on your ass because also the inspiration for this book, like my own frustration and experience trying to get a job. Being autistic, that could be a difficult task, and also the 2020 pandemic and how things really changed in the like workforce. Like people had to work from like remotely, like either with their like compatible device and some good internet or Wi-Fi connection.
Hmm. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. When are you gonna release it?
Hopefully, I'm gonna get it out before this year ends. And just finish writing and editing, and also discuss with a company that I'm working with, which is Precious Digital Marketing Agency, about how to promote it. It depends on like what genre of book you use to get up like promoted differently. And also, they did my logo, my book trailers, my book promos, and we're working on a crowdfunding site. And I might talk to them and get my own website together as well.
I know that's right. So you can get some of that profit. You got to have your own website because everybody's taking a
True,
piece of that.
true, and
Exactly.
also maybe take more professional photos. And just I need to raise the fund.
Exactly. Do some fundraisers. Exactly. So what is the
Hmm.
toughest criticism you have received as an author? And how did you deal with it?
Well, toughest criticism as an author. People think that what I do is not a real job, but it is a real job. But not only is it a real job, it's like an entrepreneur venture and business as well. Because a lady named Tammy L. Martin, big shout out to her, who runs a book and store and tax service, talking about get a LLC, do like a media kit, do more of these interviews, which I'm doing right now.
I agree completely because when I published my first book, people looked at it as not a job either. So I completely agree. That was the toughest criticism to receive from someone when you know that when you sit down and you write, you're actually putting your time into that. So it is a real job.
Yeah, oh yeah, and also I do plan on doing like my own poetry shows and like book signings, book readings or whatever. It's just I need to order more copies of my offer copies of my book and talk to the venues and see if I gotta pay a venue fee.
Mm, right. That's when the fundraiser is gonna come in handy for you. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
So as we wrap up our conversation, tell us where we can purchase these books.
Well, these books can be found on Amazon. As you see, these are the paperback versions. They're also ebook versions. I'm trying to get the together, audiobooks together, and maybe do like in different languages.
Hmm,
Also, they can be found on Amazon and other agitators. If they're not on there, I'll try to get them on there as well.
okay. And how much is the copy of the book?
Well, it depends on what you see on the on the agitator.
Mm,
That's how much it is.
okay. Okay. And so where can people follow your journey as an author?
Well, I am on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, Reddit, Tumblr, YouTube. Oh, let me check my book again. Oh, yes. Yeah, but I'm on those pages. Just be sure I got all the social medias together. Oh, I'm on LinkedIn as well.
LinkedIn. Okay. 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 Awesome. Awesome. So everybody, y'all gotta go out and buy her two books. Support, support, support is the key. Look on Amazon. Amazon, she's on Amazon where both of her books, she's gonna plan to release another book at the end of the year. Y'all gotta get on there and support and buy her books. So I would love to thank you so much for being a guest in the silence. Thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of Breaking the Silence. I made it to 20 episodes, y'all. 20 episodes. You are the 20
Yep.
episodes. So please like, share, and subscribe to Breaking the Silence podcast. YouTube channel for updates, snippets, new episodes, and more. Tune in Sunday for the next interviews with James Brown, an entrepreneur that puts life into your walls by mounting TVs, and upcoming female rapper Tubia, the destined for success. Remember, all dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So tune in next time for another episode of Breaking the